The state has 30 days to provide the promised home care for kids with life-threatening disabilities. A KRQE investigation last year highlighted the problem that led to a legal fight. As investigative reporter Ann Perrett shares, this latest development comes too late for one family.
We usually are starting the day with teary-eyed moments, but we'll get through it. She wouldn't want anything different.
Their little girl, Amaris Cortez, passed away May 12th at just 10 years old.
There is a piece that she lived fully and completely, a piece that we did everything we could.
Amaris developed Rett syndrome several years ago, which causes lack of muscle tone and impacts brain development. She also dealt with multiple sclerosis and epilepsy. The seizures were so severe, her mom had to sleep with her hand on Amaris's chest to confirm her daughter was breathing. She says the number of seizures began increasing 6 months ago.
And we just saw over time a consistent or continuous loss of skills, a loss of cognition, loss of just being awake and alert.
They got their daughter into the emergency room and tried different medications, but soon learned Amaris's brain function wouldn't improve. With the rest of her body completely healthy, they made the decision to donate Amaris's organs. Her parents shared this video of Amaris's family, friends, and the hospital staff thanking their daughter in an honor walk.
It was unlike we had anything we could have ever imagined. At first we were kind of like, oh no, we don't need all that, right?
The thought Alicia jumps to because they were used to caring for their daughter on their own.
There most of the time wasn't space enough to think about how hard and how unfair and how much help we really did need.
But years ago, Alicia had to quit her job to become Amaris's full-time caretaker. Though not medically trained, they didn't have any other options. Amaris needed eyes on her 24/7. And although she's one of about 250 New Mexico kids considered medically fragile and qualified for 40 in-home nursing hours a week through the Medicaid waiver program, their family never saw those hours fulfilled.
Nobody wants to lose their child. But I'll tell you what, it's easier. It's almost easier. What we were going through was much more difficult and straining and taxing on a day-to-day basis.
Late last year, a KRQE investigation detailed the alleged failure by the state to provide the Cortezes and 2 other families professional help to care for their special needs children. With attorneys from the Center on Law and Poverty and Disability Rights New Mexico, they filed a federal lawsuit claiming the Human Services Department is not providing in-home nurses as it's legally required to.
Good, bad, or otherwise, you know, her passing is a testimony to the fragility of these kids.
The state's pointed to a nursing shortage as its defense, but a judge just ruled the state now has 30 days to find nurses to fulfill the hours the 2 other medically fragile children require. The court document also reveals the judge believes the families will likely be able to prove HSD violated the Americans with Disabilities Act.
This precedes the pandemic. This has been an issue within the program that has just gone unnoticed and been swept under the radar, and it just can't anymore.
While it stings, Amaris is no longer here to accept the help. Her family believes her passing had a purpose in helping other kids like her.
Is it too late? Bittersweet, of course, but Amaris just started. So we're going to support her.
While this is a major win for the families, their case isn't over. Trial is still scheduled, but a settlement could happen before then. Their attorneys are also working to make this a class action lawsuit, so any other families not receiving the in-home nurse services could join the suit. Ann Perrett, KRQE investigates.
The State Human Services Department says it intends to comply with the judge's recent ruling. HSD couldn't give us an update on the program's staffing shortage for in-home nurses.